Well, we're going to call the hostel from Dick's Gap to come pick us up, but we found out that we didn't have any cell service. So we are walking a 6/10 of a mile road walk down to the hostel. I'm sure they'll bring us back up here though when we get ready to go. Talk to you soon. So we made it up to hostel around the bend. Let me zoom you in there. Maybe you can read that sign. We're gonna walk on up this, had to be a hill. Everything's a hill. Everything's a hill. So, just gonna stroll on in here. Oh look, I think it's our first bear sighting. Right there on the little column. Because we haven't seen any bears and I'm not real unhappy about that. So, get back with you soon. Good morning everybody, day 10. Walking on the trail, rainy today. Starting up this little mountain here. Actually going south today, back to the hostel. We're going to hike back to the hostel, stay one more night. In the morning, they're going to bring us back where we started this morning, and we'll go north from that point on. Kind of an interesting way to do it, but we wanted to stay one more night in the hostel, so the hostel owner brought us up north on the trail, and we'll hike back to the hostel again, stay one more night, and then he'll bring us back to where we started this morning. We'll head north, so we're getting all the trail, just kind of mixing it up a little bit, which is kind of cool. Not carrying a lot of weight today. Man, I think give me a few days of carrying this type of weight and I could run this thing. Well, maybe not run it, but I could move faster. But like I said, raining a little bit this morning. Talk to you soon. Hey y'all, we definitely on the up this morning. We'll flip you around here. I would imagine that if it wasn't raining and foggy, we'd probably have some good views today, but I don't think we're going to get many views. But I'll get back with you shortly, and if we have any views or anything interesting, I'll show them to you. Hey y'all, still on the trail, just moving along. As you can see, we're socked in up on top of this mountain this morning. I think the rain's coming. I saw the weather forecast. Looks like a line is going to be moving through here later, so got the raincoat ready. Hopefully it won't be too heavy, but it is what it is. If you're out here, you just got to keep going. One positive thing is that I have a new belt. I don't know if I mentioned y'all, but my belt broke about 3 days ago while I was out in the middle of the woods, and I didn't have a belt. So I was walking up the hill, pulling up my britches and hoping nobody behind, well, there wasn't anybody behind me anyway, but if there had been, I might have been a flash in them. I don't know. So first thing I was going to do when I got to somewhere is I was finna get me a new belt. I got me a new belt, my britches are up, and I'm moving pretty good, because that was actually costing me, and I know that's funny, I'm not trying to, anyway, that was costing me some seconds, and seconds out here turn into minutes, and minutes turn into hours, and so on and so on. So new belt, moving a little faster. Again, I'm not carrying much weight today. I'm just carrying food and water and my rain jacket. And I got my tunes playing, my 70s rock that my beautiful daughter helped me download, because I don't know anything about these phones, these gadgets. There's a lot of stuff I'll never figure out on this phone, but anyway, she helped me download so I can listen to my 70s rock, and that helps pass the time. So just moving along. Be back at the hostel after a while, and one more night of sleeping in a comfortable bed. And believe me, any bed after sleeping on the ground on an air mattress that probably won't stay inflated the way it's supposed to all night, especially if you don't close the valve like I did a couple of nights. And any bed's comfortable after sleeping like that in a tent. But one more night of that, and then again, the hostel owner there is going to bring us back up this morning where we started, and then we'll head on north from there. And I think tomorrow we're going to check Georgia off the list. That's going to be a highlight. Have one state down, 13 to go. But I think we're going to cross that North Carolina border tomorrow and head on up the trail. I tell you, these mountains, they're not getting any less steep. They're getting steeper. So I think once we get up into North Carolina, and the next big thing will be the Smokies. Of course, North Carolina has some balls, I understand. Weah Bald, I think, and Wesser Bald, where it's just open. So we hopefully get up there when it's clear and we can get some good views off there to show y'all. I'm hopeful. But most of the time, it's been like this. There are a few days that I was able to get some views, and I'm certainly happy to share those with y'all. But I'm expecting to probably run into some snow in the Smoky Mountains. That'll be we've been over some 4,000 footers, close to 5, but when we get up into the Smokies, we're going to be dealing with 5,000, some 5,000 footers, and then Clingman's Dome is going to be 6,000. But hey, that's several days away. I don't want to talk. I really don't even want to think about that right now, because it's kind of discouraging. Well, it's not discouraging, but it's like, oh my Lord, them thing, you know, that type of grade is really something. So especially carrying a full pack with food and water. I picked up a food box yesterday at the hostel. Trail Boss, if y'all are not familiar who the Trail Boss is, and that's not to mean that she's bossy, that's just to mean that she is the Trail Boss, and I love her more than anything. She sent me, boy, it's hot. It's deep right here. She sent me a nice food box with food, snacks, and stuff. So I'm good to be out for another 3 days once I get back up this morning where we started and head north. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all soon. Talk to you later. Hey everybody, that's where we came from, and that's where we're going. That's a 450-foot climb up to the top of this one. Certainly not the biggest, but with these steps, believe it or not, it's harder with the steps because you're stepping up rather than if it was just a grade. Because with these steps, yeah, I mean, I appreciate the steps, but it does make it more difficult because you're stepping up. It's like doing step ups at the gym. So it does make it a little harder. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, still socked in the fog. I found myself wanting to salute going over that last hill, or last mountain. It was a biggie. Listen to Jimi Hendrix play the Star Spangled Banner on the guitar. I tell you, music is a deal breaker, or ground changer. If takes your mind off of well, helps take your mind off a little bit of how high you're climbing up or whatever. Right now we're on a ridge, and love me some ridge walking. You know, I said that before. Ridges are wonderful. Anyway, get back to you soon. Bye. Now, folks, that is a big rock, and I certainly hope it stays right there until I get past. Okay, so we crossed over that big mountain, and we're back in starting to get a little lower now, and you can see it's clearing up. Trail's looking a little better to me. As for a while up there, you only had a few hundred feet of visibility. I'll mention later what mountain we went over. I'm gonna start doing that daily for you folks. I mean, just so you can know, have an idea where we are, what we're dealing with. Knock, knock. Anybody home? All right, we're gonna keep moving. Good morning, y'all. Day 11. Socked in again today. Left Blue Ridge Gap on our way up to the North Carolina border today. I want to thank you all for watching my videos and making comments and offering me support through your comments. But right now, we're headed up to the North Carolina border. I think it's about 2 miles, and we'll be finished hiking through Georgia, which that's one off the list. So hey guys, so we made it up to the North Carolina border. Fog's burning off a little bit now. We're gonna go back down to where we started this morning. I've enjoyed the 11 days I've been out here. I never really got sore. Did pretty good mileage wise for a beginner on this type of trail. Saw some good sights, met some good people. Everyone that I met was friendly, from the ridge runners to the trail folks that watch over the trail, the hostel owners. Can't say enough about Lucky down at Above the Clouds Hostel in Sitges, Georgia. It's a wonderful place. If you get an opportunity, I'll say it again. Stop there and talk to him. He's a wealth of knowledge. He's just a great guy. And then Gordon at Around the Bend has been very hospitable, very nice guy, he and his wife. And they went above and beyond to thanks again for all of you who have who watched and reached out comments. Certainly appreciate that. Certainly appreciate you. We just wanted to hike up to North Carolina to finish the Georgia section of the trail. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Little green tunnel here on the trail. Some people call it Mountain Laurel. I call it Mountain Laurel. Some people say rhododendron, whatever your choice is, but there's a lot of it here. And kind of cool. One thing about this trail is you go around the bend and it'll change. I like it. Having a good day today. I'm sure there's going to be other days and I'm going to be not having such a good day. I've had a couple of those already, especially on some of those big climbs. But hey, I'm out here. I'm doing it. I'm having fun. I miss the family. That's the biggest thing. That's even more than the physical parts, missing the family. But I get to talk to them every day, and I know there's some folks that don't. So I count myself fortunate in that respect that I do get to talk to them every day. I'll tell you, Verizon service. I'm not advertising for Verizon, but give credit where credit's due. Been pretty good service throughout the entire trail so far. I'm not complaining about that. So get back with you soon. Hey everybody, it was a short day today. We only did about 5 miles here to the hostel, and we're going to spend the night here and get started again tomorrow. But I just wanted to show you, look what's blooming here in North Georgia. They could have snow on them next week, but just letting you see that spring is on its way. Hey everybody, just want to do a wrap up of the last 3 days. We've been doing some hiking, but not a lot of miles. Here at the hostel this evening, snowstorm coming in. There's a lot of hikers that came to the hostel here to ride out the weather and get back on the trail Monday. So that's what we're doing. I want to give a shout out to Gordon and Lisa Simmons, the folks who run Around the Bend Hostel. They're very good folks. They're accommodating and they will help you in any way, I think. Very nice folks, very nice hostel. Fresh Grounds showed up today, cooked breakfast, came back this afternoon, cooked some chili, and I think he's going to cook breakfast here in the morning. And if I haven't mentioned Fresh Grounds, he is a gentleman who drives a van named the Leapfrog Cafe, and he drives up and down the entire 2,198 mile Appalachian Trail and meets hikers at trailheads and road crossings, and he feeds them, and he feeds them good. And I'm here to tell you, his blueberry pancakes and eggs with lots of cheese are thebomb.com. So it was very fortunate that we got to see and meet him. He is a legend, icon of the AT. He's a nonprofit, so very nice gentleman. So shout out to him. Also shout out to Gordon here. I mentioned him again, the owner of this hostel, who helped me cut down my weight of my pack tremendously, which is going to help me to get on down the trail and some of these higher elevation climbs. Certainly going to be good to have that lighter weight in the pack and still have everything you need to make it out here. So we're going to leave here Monday. I hiked up to the North Carolina border, stepped over into North Carolina, and came back here again to ride out the snowstorm. One of the weather sources or sources for weather here on the trail is AT Weather, the trail boss. Found that link. It will be at the bottom of this video in case you want to use it, but it's very accurate. It actually gives you the ability to look at each state and the shelters along the trail in each state, and gives you the weather for that particular location. And it's very, very accurate and is updated quite frequently. So that is a very good tool if you want to come out, or if you just want to use it to walk a portion of the trail. That's fine. You know, it works really good. I'm staying here in a little cabin. Nice to sleep in a bunk for a day or two, and so we're going to get back on it Monday, and we'll start videoing again, and we'll have hopefully some views for you. I think Monday's supposed to be cold and sunny, but at least we'll have some views as we move into North Carolina, hopefully. Within the next week or two, we should be getting up to some of the balls, which is a ball. It's treeless at high altitude, and so should be getting some 360s, I hope. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for watching. Those of you who watch, those of you who leave a comment, some words of encouragement is much appreciated. And thank you all again for watching, and talk to you soon.